welcome to Chamber Talk. We are at the Dublin Country Club tonight celebrating and welcoming our new physicians to Fairview Park Hospital. And I have Dr. Slay with me. Dr. Slay is the Chief Operating Physician, is that correct? Chief Medical Officer at Fairview Park Hospital. Dr. Slay, thank you for joining us on the program tonight.
Glad to be here.
Hey, you guys had an awesome year in 2016, and what a wonderful way to start out 2017 by announcing these new physicians.
Yeah, we're really happy to have a strong new group of folks coming on and helping out here in Lawrence County. Every year we add new physicians and we continue to grow as a hospital and a community. This year we're really excited because we're adding some specialties that we haven't added in the past. We've got weight loss surgeons, bariatric surgeons. We've got a spine surgeon that's going to be performing spinal surgeries here at Fairview Park Hospital. And we've got a pediatric surgeon coming on board. So we've really been able to expand not only the number of doctors, but the number of specialties that we have available to the folks in our catchment area here in Dublin and Lawrence County. So we're really excited about that.
Okay, so Dr. Slay, you're telling me that all of these procedures and these doctors are actually working at Fairview Park Hospital, so people can make appointments to come and visit with them right here in Dublin and Lawrence County.
So right now the spine surgeon is already here and he's available, and he's got a practice right near the hospital, and certainly you can call the hospital and get in with him. The bariatric surgeons are here, and they've set up a practice inside the medical center off of Hillcrest, and they're available. The pediatric surgeon hasn't joined us yet, but he's here tonight. He's a local boy, Dr. Andy Bozeman. A lot of people know him from church and growing up, and from this size all the way up. And he'll be joining us in May. So he's finishing off his service over at NavCent in Macon, and will be joining us around May-June timeframe.
Hey, that's fantastic. We're going to walk into the room next door and see if we can't grab one or two of these new surgeons that we have, one of our new physicians, and see if we can get them to come share a few words with us. Dr. Slay, thank you for taking your time to come and visit with us tonight. Okay, we want to welcome Dr. Bozeman to the show. Dr. Bozeman is one of our new pediatric physicians at Fairview Park Hospital. Dr. Bozeman, thank you. And I understand you're not new to Dublin and Lawrence County, but maybe this is one of the new procedures that we're going to offer at the hospital.
That's correct. I was born and raised in Dublin, went off to med school and residency, and then a fellowship in pediatric surgery, and kind of made myself a full circle coming back to Dublin here. So happy to be back.
So it's fantastic to have one of our own to come back to Dublin and to be working here. Dr. Bozeman, tell me just a little bit about some of the different procedures that you're able to do here.
We do general pediatric surgery and thoracic surgery as well as neonatal surgery. So comprehensively, we take care of patients from birth all the way to 17 years of age.
Okay, and that's what I wanted to ask you. Pediatric would go all the way up to a 17-year-old.
It does. There are a lot of unique conditions that you find only in kids, and so we define that birth through 17. When you get to be 18, you're more or less an adult. But yes, it's a broad scope of practice for sure.
Okay, and will there be a direct way for folks to contact you, or will they contact the hospital? How would they get in touch with you if someone needs the services you're providing?
Absolutely. The hospital will have my contact information, and the office will provide that number as well. But the referrals will come over to the ped surgery office, but certainly we'll be seeing patients there and in the hospital setting as well.
Hey, fantastic, Dr. Bozeman. Hey. Welcome to Fairview Park Hospital, and we sure look forward to working with you.
Thanks for your time.
Hey, I want to welcome back to the show Dr. Blaney, and before we get started, happy birthday.
Well, thank you very much.
Fantastic. Hey, you've been in town for a little while. You've seen some patients. We're doing bariatric surgery for folks, weight loss, different types of things. Tell me a little bit about how things are going at Fairview Park Hospital for you.
Well, Fairview Park's been very exciting and very supportive of the program that we're trying to develop. I'm a general and bariatric, which is a weight loss surgeon, out of Augusta, and we're opening a satellite office in this area. We've been treating the surgical weight loss needs of this community for the better part of 2 decades now, and it's exciting to have the opportunity to come and treat the patients directly here at Fairview Park. And I think the program will grow quite rapidly and do very well with the support of the administration and the nursing staff that they have here in Dublin.
So are you finding at Fairview Park, I'm sure that everyone's a great team there, good people to work with, and I understand you guys are even offering some different types of classes and programs for people maybe that don't need surgery, but just to help them in other ways as well?
Yes, that's That's correct. We, pride ourselves on being a comprehensive program. First approach for treating the disease of obesity is trying to address the medical needs of the patient. And we always want to, of course, try to address the behavioral aspects before we resort to a surgical approach. And, our attitude about treating this disease is surgery is one aspect of an overall treatment plan. And what I really like about Fairview Park is it's a small community, and really taking care of these patients in a smaller hospital really is a place where it should be done many times, because we get a lot of the needs of those patients met in a very comprehensive manner, and exciting to develop a program like that here.
We are certainly glad to have your expertise here in our community at our local hospital, performing these types of surgeries for our people. And wellness is certainly a concern to all of us here. So again, welcome on behalf of our Chamber of Commerce and Fairview Park Hospital. We look forward to working with you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Look forward to being here.
Yes, sir.
Portions of this program are brought to you in part by Fairview Park Hospital, a leader in healthcare for Dublin, Lawrence, and surrounding communities, providing inpatient and outpatient surgery options and rehabilitation therapy services.
So here's the kitchen. This is perfect.
Wait, this house uses just electric?
Yeah.
That'll never work. How can we expect to cook under these conditions?
So what do you think?
I think this is a wonderful house to raise our family in.
It is natural gas though, right?
It's kind of all electric.
Natural gas sells homes, so choose natural gas.
Brought to you by the City of Dublin.
I'd like to welcome everybody tonight. If I could have everybody's attention for a few minutes or several minutes. Okay, when I say I want to welcome everybody, that means you stop talking and I talk, okay? So just want to make sure we're clear on that. In all seriousness, I'm excited about when we have these opportunities to welcome new doctors. There are a lot of hospitals that don't get a chance to have these. I was asked a couple of years ago, they said, how are you able to continue to recruit doctors and grow programs and do construction projects? Of course, I told them it was leadership. They said, no, really, how are you able to do this? And the honest truth is, and I told Heath this a minute ago, this community is really a community that people like to live in and are drawn to. We're going to have another one of these in the fall, and one of the doctors we'll be introducing is somebody who's going to start later this summer. And she originally had committed to go somewhere else, and over the holidays, she and her husband kept saying, boy, I really want to go to Dublin, I really want to go to Dublin, and they actually decided not to go where they were going, to a much larger city, and just recently signed an agreement, and she'll be joining us later this summer, joining one of our local practices, and I'll introduce her to you in the fall. But the point is, she came to Dublin. She and her husband were drawn to Dublin, and I appreciate this as an example. So many people here from the community, business people, and we are a part of that. We don't just provide health care, we're an economic driver in this community, and we're proud to take on that role. Tonight we have the opportunity to introduce some new doctors to you. I'll have them come forward so you can see them. The first one, Dr. Mike Blaney, today's his birthday. Mike, that's right, happy birthday to him. I won't tell you that he's 49 today, which is still significantly younger than me, so he's just a youngster to me. But where's Chris? Chris Blasey, who's the Chief of Staff over at the VA. Chris and I are graduates of the Air Force Academy. Mike is a graduate of West Point, so when you talk to him, speak slowly. No, Mike and I have had some fun teasing back and forth about, what was that? That's right, I'm proud of that. Anyway, Mike is a graduate of West Point. He is a fellow in the American Society for Metabolic and Bariatric Surgery. He's a general surgeon, but he does bariatric surgery now. That's what he does. He practices in Augusta and is now has opened a satellite clinic here. We've already had our first community seminar, and it far exceeded our expectations. I'm sure it exceeded yours, it certainly exceeded mine as well. His partner, Dr. Francisco Jacome, could not be here tonight, right? He couldn't be here tonight, but they would be practicing together here in Dublin. He's married to Ashley and has 3 children. Again, as I said, he lives in Augusta, but he'll be spending probably a third to half of his time here until he can eventually recruit somebody to be here full time, providing bariatric surgery. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Mike Blaney. So you got to come here so the people on this side can see you too, Mike. This is Mike Blaze. You can all see him now. So the next person I'm going to introduce to you also has a birthday today. I'm sure many of you already know him. So Andy, I'm taking him through the hospital one day, and I think he knew more people than I do. And it's like old home week. He's hugging people he went to high school with, or people he went to church with here and stuff. But this is a guy that I've gotten to know the past year. And again, like I said, I'm sure many of you know him, but Dr. Andy Bozeman, a pediatric surgeon from Dublin, Georgia. Andy's lived in Macon for the past few years, and he told me, he said, you know, we haven't bought a house yet, haven't joined a church yet. I said, so you really haven't settled into Macon yet. And we never really dreamed that we'd have the opportunity for him to move here and be here full time. But he is. He's already moved here. He's still practicing in Macon, but he'll be practicing here full time starting late May. And again, his parents, I think I'm their new best friend. I was telling his dad earlier tonight, I've had several friends of mine who have been recruiting pediatric surgeons for about 2 years in bigger cities and have not been successful. I tried to tell them it was my acumen for recruitment, and then they found out he was born and raised here, and Christy was born and raised here, and 2 sets of grandparents, and they realized it had nothing to do with my abilities as a recruiter. But, and ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know him, this is Andy Bozeman. Is Christy here tonight? Yes. Christy, we haven't even met, so anyway. I feel like I know you already, but, so this is Andy Bozeman, if you don't know him, and his wife, Christy, over here, again. So, make sure everybody can see you. Welcome to Dublin. Thank you. So anyway, we're really pleased to have them both. Welcome home. The next physician I'm going to introduce, again, I met this guy about a year ago, and he's telling me a little about his background, and grew up in Columbus. And I instantly zero in on that because, you know, I lived in Columbus for several years before I moved here. I've now lived in Dublin longer than I lived in Columbus. He's talking to me. I said, wait a minute. Are you related to Tommy Lawhorn? He said, yeah, I'm his son. He's a surgeon in Columbus that I knew. But Dr. Tom Lawhorn has brought a service to this community that we have not had. And I've had several doctors say, boy, I'm glad he's here, because if I had to have back surgery, that's who I go to. Dr. Lawhorn got his degree from Emory. He did a residency in orthopedics, and then he did a spine fellowship. So he's an orthopedic spine surgeon. He's associated with St. Joseph's in Candler and Savannah, and Optum Healthcare, as well as Fairview Park now. His wife, Claire, and they have 2 children. Is Claire here tonight? She's not, okay. And then he's got 2 children, a 2 and 4-year-old. In his spare time, he likes to golf. In fact, he and I are playing golf a week from Friday. And we'll find out how much better he is than me. So we'll find out about that. But ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Tom Lawhorn.
Hey, guys.
So glad you're with us, Tom. Very glad.
I'm the only one without a birthday today.
That's right. Sorry about that. Did Ron Flaster make it? I didn't think he was going to be here. We started a program last November, a pediatric hospitalist program. We've had hospitalists for medicine for adults and for surgery. And we, years ago, had a vision to build a pediatric program around the strength of the pediatricians we already had here in Dublin. And of course, it doesn't take anyone to know that all began with Dr. Carswell. I think Dr. Carswell's here tonight. I spoke to him earlier. But really, it all started with Nelson Carswell. And we have built different programs. We have a dedicated unit at the hospital. The 5th floor is dedicated, back to him. We have pediatric space in the ER now. We have grown other pediatric programs. And the hospitalist program would allow us to supplement what we already had, attract patients from around Dublin, the 10 counties that we serve, and we've begun to get more and more referrals from those pediatricians in other communities or family practitioners. Well, Ron Flaster is our medical director of that program. Ron is not here this week. And another member of that team, Dr. Charles Powell, who is here, but he's at the hospital seeing patients right now, so Dr. Powell couldn't make it. But we're excited about that program and the teamwork they've already brought to our already strong team here. Who would have thought we'd also add to that a pediatric surgeon? So that just makes it, you cannot believe how thrilled the pediatricians and the pediatric hospitals were to have a pediatric surgeon join the team. So we're very pleased with that. And then finally, some people that aren't here tonight, but I want to mention we've added some new doctors to our emergency department. Our director that had been our director for the past few years, Dr. John Shivdat, has recently taken the role of medical director at Coliseum. And our new co-medical directors are the twin brothers, Travis and Trevan Jasper. And I don't know, a lot of you may already know them. I know a lot of physicians already know them, obviously. They've been working with us for several years. And I don't know how twin brothers do co, but I think if there's a dispute, Travis will be the decision maker. Is that right? Maybe. But anyway, we have some other new ER physicians: Dr. John Field, Dr. Roman Hill. Oh gosh, I should practice these names.
Jerry.
You know, it's like when you're reading scripture in Sunday school class, they ask you to read those Old Testament names. Dr. Adatolo Ayewo. I'm not even close, I'm sure. Is that close? Dr. Jeffrey Serrata and Christopher Scott. Thank you, Christopher Scott. That was an easy one. And then many of you know we affiliated with another radiology group, South Georgia Radiology Associates, and their president, who's from Hawkinsville originally, lives in Macon now, but Dr. Gary Dent. Did Gary make it? We thought he might, but anyway. Like I said, there's a lot of hospitals much larger than us that are not able to attract and recruit doctors to a community, and we've been very fortunate to do that. And it is not a singular exercise by the hospital. People would not come here if it wasn't for the community. It wasn't for the support of banks and realtors and businesses and churches and things like that, because people are attracted to the quality of life here in Dublin. And I thank all of you, and I can tell you that firsthand. We came here almost 9 years ago, and we feel that as much today as ever. And I think that sometimes those of you who grew up here may not appreciate it as much as those of us who are transplants. So it is a great place to live and work. Is that what you want me to say, Heath? Okay. But I mean that sincerely, and if you know me, you know that. So thank you all for coming. I encourage you to reach out and welcome these doctors, particularly Tom and Mike and Brian, who are here tonight, and really welcome them to this community. So thank all of you for coming. Enjoy the food and the drink and the fellowship, and that's all I have.
I'm Locke Wilford with Sweetheart Deals on new Chevys at Dublin Chevrolet.
Now at Dublin Chevrolet, a new Equinox starts as low as $29.90.
Dublin Chevrolet, the only dealer you will ever need.
Hi, I'm Chuck Harwell with the Community Bank of Dublin-Lawrence County. We're proud to offer the latest technology in the banking industry. From our teller pods to online services that allow you to manage money and pay your bills all at your fingertips. Our every design has you in mind, right down to our expanded drive-through for the convenience of larger vehicles. Our banking services surpass any other in town. You'll notice the difference when you walk in our front door. Remember, Community Bank of Dublin-Lawrence County, the bank that's service-built, where common sense banking never goes out of style.
Okay, we are going to welcome Don Avery, President CEO at Fairview Park Hospital. Don, I got to start with say first, thank you for coming and doing our show. But man, congratulations on a stellar 2016, and you guys are off to a rocking start for 2017.
We had maybe the best year we've had in 2016, certainly the best in the 9 years I've been here. And I can't believe it's already the end of the month, end of 2 months, the end of February, 2 months in. And we got some great stuff ahead, and we're excited. We're excited about the new year tonight with these new doctors here. And we've got 3 or 4 more doctors coming this summer that are going to really bolster this community as well. Some new.
Can you share with us a little look ahead? Maybe we're talking to our bariatric surgeons tonight, our pediatric surgeon, spinal surgeon, but what else do we have coming?
Well, first of all, these are 2 new lines. You're going to meet our spine surgeon tonight. You've already met our bariatric surgeon and our pediatric surgeon. Those are 3 service lines that, you know, years ago, who would ever thought we'd have that here? And again, we don't just have warm bodies. We got some really excellent docs. We anticipate another OBGYN doctor, a female OBGYN doctor, who'll be joining us. We've got another pain doctor, fellowship-trained pain doctor, anesthesiologist that's already signed a contract and will be joining our current group later this year, the end of the summer. We also anticipate a new cardiologist to be joining us this summer as well. So, again, services that we provide, but they're going to enhance the services that we provide. So we're really kind of on a roll right now. I'm pretty excited. And it's people wanting to come to Dublin, the people that want to live in a community like Dublin. They're tired of the big city. They see that we've got a solid hospital, a great community. And I'm not just saying that. It's unbelievable how people are drawn to this community.
Well, and Don, talk about for just a minute the fact that Dublin is growing. We are growing, manufacturing, jobs, everything in Dublin is. How important it is for our local hospital to be able to provide these types of services.
Well, they tell me that one of the reasons a business will come, certainly they're looking for workforce, but they're looking for quality of life. And a big part of quality of life is healthcare, education. And we've seen the services we provide grow. We've seen our employee force grow at the hospital. We're growing our medical staff. And so I wrote recently that we have a bigger impact than just providing health care. We're such a huge economic driver in this community. When we bring a doctor to town, that's a doctor's office that probably employs 5 people. You get a few doctors, then you're going to see home health grow. You're going to see the DME businesses grow, even nursing homes grow because of the services we provide here. And more people come to Dublin for their health care than go to Macon, go to Augusta, go to Savannah. They're staying home, and then those counties around us are coming here. We're seeing that every single day. People from Emmanuel County, Washington County, Bleckley County coming here for their health care, Dodge County. We're excited about that.
It's fantastic to hear, to talk about the growth, to talk about all the great things you guys are doing, and again, right here in Dublin and Lawrence County. So on behalf of the Chamber, I want to say thank you for helping make it a great day for business in Dublin and Lawrence County.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Okay, I want to welcome back to the show, actually, Dr. Lawhorn. We had a month or so ago, I think, we were over at the hospital and had a chance to talk with you on the air a little bit. But Dr. Lawhorn, again, welcome tonight. Congratulations. Lots of new things going on over at the hospital, and I'm sure it's exciting to be a part of it.
Definitely. A lot of new things happening at the hospital. I'm glad to be a part of it.
Tell me, you've been there for just a little while now. You're seeing patients. So how are things going?
Very good, very good. I'm very impressed with the quality of the operating room and the staff and the equipment there. It's really state of the art, and I feel honored to be a part of just the Fairview team. It's really an honor that I can even be there.
So in doing what you're doing here, do you see that particular element of surgery expanding maybe in the future at Fairview?
Oh, definitely. I think we're just scratching the surface now of what we can do. We've really started with some just basic things at first, but really the equipment they have and the staff they have, we can scale up our type of procedures really to at any level over the next few months.
And real briefly again, just maybe if someone, and shame on you if you didn't see the show earlier, but if someone didn't see just a little bit about the procedures and the types of things that you do.
So I do spine surgery, and so neck, back problems, fractures, discs, and pressure on the nerves in the neck or the back that's causing shooting pain down the arms or legs. That's typically what we see the most, and but happy to just see good old-fashioned back pain if that's what we need to as well.
Fantastic. Hey, we are sure glad to have you in the community and look forward to working with you.
Thank you so much.
And thank you.